What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Matcoin channel, YouTube GPU mining. I'm just joking. Shout out to Brandon Coin. Anyways, you guys like my new glasses, my new goggles? These are the goggles I like to wear with my full face helmet when I'm out doing extreme sports, or if I'm on those electric scooters or fast e-bikes or things like that, or any sort of off-roading. It's good. It helps to protect the eyes. And eyes are important when looking at how horrible GPU mining profits have become. And I just want to kind of go over and show how basically every coin essentially has become unprofitable after the merge. Every coin. So we take a look at what to mine, as we always do. And we can clearly see that a 3090, which was one of the top of the line cards to get at one point, we're talking $3,000 at its peak. And myself included, and many others I know of, did fork out good chunks of change to buy these GPUs. And now if you run it, you will actually lose. You will lose heavily if you run it on 10-cent electricity. And 10-cent electricity is a pretty average low rate. I know other miners, such as my buddy over there, DJ Mines, has 15 cents. I pay 12 cents Canadian, which is around 10 cents. And we're just going to kind of go over a couple different things to take a look at how bad it is actually. So I do have off-peak, on-peak, and mid-peak hours. So let's say I run this at, say 7 cents off-peak, which is about maybe, let's say, 6 cents US, 0.6 cents. If I ran this just at the night, when the power is down low, it looks like I might be able to make 9 cents a day on this Grin coin. I don't even know what this Grin coin is. But every other coin, including Flux, is at a negative, and so is obviously Ethereum Classic, and as many of the other coins, including Ergo, which is actually minus 22 cents right now. Let's put a more efficient card in, such as an A2000, which I know a lot of the YouTubers were doting over quite a bit due to its extreme efficiency. If I run it off peak, I will make 9 cents on this Grin coin. I don't even know what this Grin coin is. Make 3 cents on Conflux, 2 cents on Kapow, 1 cent on Ravencoin, break even on Flux. But that's only 8 hours per day. So you gotta keep in mind that if you're only running this for 8 hours a day, the numbers are not the same as what's being shown here. Ergo, we're losing 6 cents a day. Hell, let's pick one of these for an A2000, and let's say you have free electricity. You're still barely making anything. Electricity is free. You're making 13 cents a day. Making 11 cents a day on Flux, and Ergo you're making 6 cents a day. It's almost not even worth it to run it if it's free, and that's because of the wear and tear you're putting on the card, and obviously dealing with the heat and other degradation issues that you might come up with. The profit has to be relatively reasonable to run the card, because you're going to start wearing down thermal pads. We need to replace the paste and things like that, and it just puts wear and tear on the card, and the reward is so small, like under 10 cents. It's a sad day for crypto mining and GPU mining in general, actually. And in fact, my only mining devices at all, which are profitable, is still the Jazz miner, due to its ultra efficiency. And on Ethereum Classic right now, if I put in the 10 cents, so for free electricity on the Jazz miner, you're only making $1.27 per day, which is not much at all. If I put in my rate, which is around 10 cents US dollars, like I said, it's 12 cents Canadian, I'm making 70 cents per rig, which is pretty bad right now. Let's go over and take a look at the Ethereum Classic difficulty chart here. Basically, everyone and their mother and grandmother went onto Ethereum Classic. Everyone and all their baby mamas, as as TJ Mines likes to say, all the baby mamas with their dramas and the grandmothers have gone on to Ethereum Classic, increasing the difficulty from 500 terahash to over 3 petahash. Take a look here at the hash rate here again. We see a spike here because everyone hopped onto there. Everyone and their grandma jumped on there. And then they started realizing how horrible it was, and they were just going to lose money, and then they jumped off immediately. This is people testing the waters. And this is, once again, the up and down, up and down, up and down that you'll see here will be like this for a long period of time, because as it spikes a little tiny bit, everyone will jump back on. And then once everyone jumps back on, profits will drop to nothing again. Then people will drop off, and it'll be up and down, up and down, up and down, and people just get fed up, essentially, and people just say, screw this. I'm going to sell my cards, I'm going to sell my GPUs, make some extra money right now, and be done with it. Or you'll have large mining crypto facilities that basically go under, belly up, and basically free up terahashes and terahashes of Ethereum, Ethereum Classic difficulty off the chain. So you might have a giant mining farm that's doing, like, I don't know, 10 terahash or something ridiculous, or more than that even. They can't pay their bills anymore, and they go under. And now people like you and I can hop onto this network and actually make a little bit of profit. And no one's going to go double down on these giant facilities with GPUs or equipment when the profits are so low. A business has to have a reasonable profit. Otherwise, you can't maintain operations. You can't pay your rent. You can't pay, obviously, the electricity. You can't pay your employees. If you have like thousands of ASICs, you need employees to manage that, unless you're a single guy team, which is very hard to do. You have a few employees, and your time. People value their time quite a bit, so they're not going to spend their time on stuff like this. But for people like myself and you guys, if you guys are small-time miners, just doing it out of your home or your garage, it's not a big deal. Just kind of put a few rigs on in your garage or in your basement. It's gonna be there anyways, and you're just doing your thing. It's not your full-time job. But people who do this on a full-time basis, I think, are going to be hurting pretty bad in the next year or so. So are giant mining farms, and we knew this. We saw this coming. Like I said, the only thing profitable right now is jazz miners. Take a look at Ergo. Everyone and their grandma and everyone and their baby mama jumped onto Ergo as well, quickly realizing it was a mistake because they're losing money because they would go onto what to mine like this. And everyone's like, don't kid yourselves. Everyone is also going onto what to mine right now, and they're also punching in these numbers, and they're seeing how horrible it is for them, or how just crappy it is. With even with free power, you're only making a few cents per day. You're telling me a crypto mining farm that went from making 50 grand a month, down to making 2 grand a month is going to stay in business? I don't know what world you live in, but no one's going to float that for long. Maybe a year. Could take up to 2 years for this stuff to go back. I plan to keep all my equipment and all my GPUs. I think they're still going to be relevant once a coin comes around. The leaps and bounds in technology and like the GPU dies and the technology inside the processors and whatnot inside the GPUs themselves aren't going to improve like that much monumentally that they're going to make them obsolete, right? I got 3090s, 30 series cards, like a little newer AMD type cards, like the 6600s and things like that. These aren't going to become obsolete anytime soon, in the next 2 years at least. Hopefully long enough that coin does come along, the profits do go up. So the fear of your cards I've read this online, the fear of your cards becoming like obsolete and just old and no good is pointless, because what really matters now is not the technology per se, it's more so the rewards in the coin. So the deciding factor here isn't necessarily the hardware that you're on, unless you're on really ancient like GPUs, even 570s. I think at some point, if the coin was profitable enough and was mineable under the 4 gigabyte, for example, limit or whatever it is, the DAG size, it will still be profitable, because it all comes down to the coin and stuff like that, right? So like the value of the coin itself, like right now Ethereum Classic is $29. That's just trash, right? If that goes up 5 times to like $100, my small little amount that I'm making here of 70 cents could go up to multiple dollars, right? Same with Ergo right now, which is only $3. That can go up as well. So what we need is 2 things to happen here. One, we need the coins to go up in value. Like these coins need to be worth more. Um, I don't know what happened here with Flux, but did Flux drop in value? Or is it just me? Let me see. I haven't checked this. So we'll go over here, core market part. Let's take a look at Flux. What is Flux worth now? Flux went from, holy smokes, so it was up to, yeah, $1.30, almost $1.50. Now we're down to 90 cents. It took a shitter. Yeah, it took a shitter. Excuse my language. But yeah, it tanked. Everything's tanking right now because of the economy and people don't have any money. And then now this crypto, the merge and the uncertainty around that and everything else. Long term, I'm still bullish on this stuff. Even look at the Flux hash rate here. So the Flux hash rate has gone up from around 2.75 all the way up to like 8 and upwards of 10 even. I don't think any of this is going to stick long because no one. It's silly to be mining and losing money. Because honestly, I'll tell you what I would do and what I might do. We'll see. I was paying around $1,600 a month in electricity. My electricity was just ridiculous. It was high, right? But I was making thousands and thousands. So once you deducted electricity, I was still positive by multiple thousands of dollars a month. With I didn't even have that much. I didn't even have. I had maybe like 7 or 8 gigahash maybe on Ethereum, like when you added everything up. But I had a couple different coins spaced out. So it was worth it. Now, if I run, let's say I run all the GPUs like I was before, my hydro would maybe be a little bit less because I'm using different algorithms like ergo, less hot, less heat, energy. Maybe it's $1,500 a month or $1,400 a month, but and now I'm only be making $900 or $800 worth of coin. So like now I've lost. So I've paid $1,400. I've gotten, X worth of coin. I could have taken that whole $1,400 or $1,500, not put it into the pockets of the local electrical utility company, put that into an exchange, bought whatever coin, Ethereum, whatever it is, and just use simpleswap.io or something. Check out simpleswap.io. And you could swap it into these coins and then send the coin to the wallet. Then you got more coin now. You saved your GPUs. You didn't create the heat, and you're still ahead. So if you want to think in terms of that way, you're jumping that money. If you're using the money to pay for the electricity, you never had the money to begin with. This doesn't apply to you. But if you were paying that electricity bill out of your pocket, take the money that you would put on the electricity bill and go buy the coin directly. Like go buy. Like I think Ethereum's in the crapper right now as well. It's down to like 1,300, 1,200 probably at some point soon. I believe that, and it could be under 1,000 again at some point because it's not doing so high. It's 1,362. Ever since the merge happened, it just dropped essentially. So the merge happened in 50. Well, it's been dropping before that, but you see the steep drop here, roughly before the merge. People have uncertainty and doubt, and they just said screw it, and they just sold, and and there was a drop earlier here and here. Every time there's a news cycle or something comes up, people panic and they drop. So everything really just kind of dropped. I think Ethereum and I think Vitalik essentially is potentially. I think he's a fool. Basically, that's my opinion. He's a fool for even writing this proof of stake into the white paper, because my opinion is it's a bunch of virtue signaling, tree hugging bullcrap. He wanted to appease to the governments of the world that the people that are higher up in the authoritarian governments that we have higher up, and wanted to basically appease them. So there could be maybe regulation or maybe got investment through that way, but just trying to do things to make people happy, and using the little miners like you and I to build his empire just to do this crap and tank the own coin. But he doesn't matter at this point because he can always cash out as well. And he's locked in billions of dollars worth of people that staked. I don't know why the hell people staked. But if this thing goes belly up, like the people are going to lose lots of money in the money that they've staked. So they're locking it in. They're not letting people cash out. Really crappy, really shitty. I don't know why, because trying to save the world or whatever with his energy consumption. But Bitcoin is still on proof of work. If you take a look at Bitcoin is probably not doing too well as well, because everything kind of like jives and flows with one another in this world of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin's under 20,000. It's a decent buying point now. It was down to like 18,000. I should have bought some here. But people think this thing's gonna drop down to even 14 or 15. Now over here, this guy's like, okay, well, wait for my words. I will post soon. Now Bitcoin is not good. We're waiting for 15K, so we could start a pump New Year 2023. So people are thinking that if you buy it around 14 or 15, it'll pump again in 2023, and you can make money that way. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about here. I'm just talking out of my ass. But uh, I never had a fortune. I was never ever a fortune teller or crystal ball. In fact, I had the worst luck when it comes to a lot of things like this. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna go. All I can do is explain what's kind of happening now. Hash rates are through the damn roof. Difficulties are through the roof everywhere. We're gonna start seeing a lot of big crypto farms crash and burn because they can't afford to pay the rent on their huge, giant buildings that they're renting and paying their employees to run or whatever. So they're gonna go belly up, belly under. And that'll free up some of the hash rate, so it'll drop the difficulty, and we might start seeing some decent profits for small guys, because like I said, we're like small, nimble sailboats. We can actually adapt and move quicker than larger crypto farms and whatnot. So, I personally have shut off all my GPU rigs. The only things I have on are the Cadena miners because they're making $1 a day each. Dogecoin miners because there's not very much loss on them. But all the GPUs are off right now. And for the first time all summer, which is still technically summer, I've blasted the air conditioning in my house and it feels nice in here. It's actually livable for human beings, which is nice. So I'm enjoying that. That and the only personal advice I can give to you guys, and I think it's important at this point in time, and this is kind of unrelated to Flux, or not Flux, it's unrelated to GPU mining and mining in general. Go go get some different hobbies for yourself and interests. This is a great time to do that. For me personally, I've gotten into motorcycles recently. Got my motorcycle license, purchased the bike, been buying different riding gear and safety equipment, and just kind of learning different techniques. I often go to parking lots that I'm just swerving through cones, getting slow maneuvers going. My clutch work is getting really good. I've driven stick shift cars for 25 years, but like motorcycles are just awesome. Electric scooters I've been getting into. I might go back to playing around with my retro computers. I got some Commodore 64s and some old stuff like that. Guys, this is a great time to take a break from it. Keep watching the YouTube videos and keep checking out, subscribing to my channel and whatnot. Laughing at DJ Man's jokes. And just kind of like find things to keep yourself occupied and to improve your life in other areas. And you might be pleasantly surprised at the time when you least expect it. Profits will jump back up, and then you can come back onto crypto mining. And if it doesn't, then at least you've had your other endeavors and hobbies and interests that you've pursued. So yeah, I totally recommend going out and finding other hobbies or interests that you might be interested in, whatever that is. Maybe it's fishing. I know we're coming up at the end of summer. Maybe it's, kind of getting into maybe some sort of winter sports, or maybe you're into crafts or construction or working on cars, or you want to have some projects around the house that you haven't had time to do, maybe home renovations that you just haven't had time to do because you've been so busy with the crypto mining. But now you want to replace that tile floor in your kitchen, or or you want to redo your basement, or you want to redo the bathroom that you have, or something. Just something that you've been putting off because of the crypto mining. Or maybe you wanted to work go get a part-time job somewhere, or maybe you wanted to do Uber Eats delivery or something like that, or maybe you wanted to get a dog or something. Just keep yourself occupied, keep your mind healthy, keep your mind sharp, and keep looking out and wait for profits to return at some point. It could take 6 months, it could take a year. Guys, it could take 2 years. But just keep your mind sharp, keep yourself busy, and we'll all be all right at the end, I think. I think something's going to happen at some point. What the hell do I know, though? I don't have a crystal ball. It's just me in these Brandon Coin, Matt Coin glasses here, talking about cryptocurrency. Anyways, guys, I will leave it there for now. Make sure you smash that like button, click subscribe, and that little bell thing. You'll be notified when I release new videos. It really does help the YouTube algorithm when you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.